In terms of space wars, we've talked about the weapons, we've talked about the lasers, talked about recently Russia and China, what they've been doing. And then the talks of sending up these satellites with lasers that they say are going to fuel other satellites. Now, when I did that story, the first thing that came to my mind was, come on now. This is weapons through and through. We heard Ronald Reagan over and over again warn about Star Wars, space wars. Doesn't have to be deep space. It could take place right there in subspace, right there outside the zone of where the Van Allen belts and everything else sit, because that seems to be the wall that has stopped a lot of things thus far. And it raises a lot of questions. And obviously there's a ton of questions and theories about the design and nature and layout of all of this. Okay? But to me, space is very real. And they are launching things up into space, into subspace, where they're at least floating around the planet. We can see the satellites left and right. You can see them with your own eyes. And I think they're weaponized. I believe that they're weaponizing them. They have been for some time. I believe there's a lot more going on out here that meets the eye. I believe you could see it on the Soho. I believe you could see it with your own eyes if you look. And I've shown it. I've shown it broad daylight. What's going on around the sun. Not bugs in space. No. Not airplanes flying around in different directions, cutting at the turn of a dime. No. Looking exactly like what you see when you look at Soho. This stuff all over the place. Yet people want to keep denying it. To me, they are weaponizing space. They have been. And now, with the U.S. coming out and making statements that this is going to be a new war front. It's a new frontier for battle. Expect more. And when things start getting shot down, satellites get shot down and everything else, they come crashing down toward the planet. Now, we also have an interesting thing here with this Chinese heavenly palace that is set to be crashing down toward Earth here within the next few months. That's something to pay attention to see how that unfolds as well. That'd be just one example of something crashing down here on Earth. And some of these things have nuclear components. These were the questions we were raising last time. If they're weaponizing these things and they have nuclear cores or things keeping them powered up there and all that, we already know that some of the satellites up there have that. And you have to pay attention for when the time comes when they come crashing down. Of course, a lot of things burn up in the atmosphere, but not everything. And when you're talking about weapons and new technologies, there could be things up here that are really dangerous that you have no clue of. And I guarantee you, with the things that we've seen throughout the years, there is a high-grade technology at play here that I believe is being controlled by the ones they worship, the fallen ones here on this planet, and they're using it to their advantage all over the place. But then there's the groups that aren't with them. This is how you know there's a counterbalance. You know, the ones that come and shut down the missile silos and say, you know, the ones that shut down those things, the ones they're probably shooting at that we've seen in the footage already out there in space. Well, if the wickedness and the evil's here and giving them the technology and they've sold us all out, then who are they shooting at? Could it be the good guys making their way in, scout teams? You see, I find it hard to believe that the evil on this planet is not going to try to find a way to trick the whole world, like Ronald Reagan warned, to drop all your guns, come together under a false peace, and prepare for what is coming. Because it's going to be non-human, they're going to say. And it's going to take we as humans to destroy it. And the problem is it's going to be trickery. And they're going to be tricking this whole damn world into fighting the righteous ones in their return.